I think we're live. All right, what's good, chat? How's it going, everybody? I'm thirsty, my bad. All right, welcome to Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus for the PlayStation 2. It's me, Gehis514, and I'm here joined by some beautiful lads in the call. If you want to announce yourselves, go ahead.
Hey, it's me, Marathon Man.
Yeah, that guy specifically. And yeah, what's good? Oh,
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm Dylan. That's Marathon. That's it. That's it. Sorry. Go. Yeah, just confusing. Yeah, we're role playing.
All right, but yeah, what's good, guys? It's me, Gehis514. I'm the guy that speedruns Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus pretty dang goodly. So I'm here to present you guys with the last run of the night, of the whole event even. We're doing Hundo. We're doing the entire game in one sitting, and hopefully it doesn't go terribly. So the goal of this run, of course, obviously, like, play the whole game, but you know, there's some cool stuff in there. You collect you know, bottles to open up vaults, and you do time trials and play every level. So like, we're doing everything. But yeah, what's good, guys? I feel like that's basically all we got to explain. You know, hopefully we have a good time tonight for the last one. And I don't know. I think we're just good whenever you guys are situated.
Yeah, I'm ready. You ready, Marathon? You ready, Dylan? The last run.
I'm just excited to watch the best Sly Cooper runner of all time. That's all I'm here for.
Yeah, we're just gonna treat this as like just a couple of guys watching Sly Cooper, and maybe I don't fuck up. So join us as we just, you know, journey to complete the whole game. So I think we're ready. You know, this is my timer, so I get to count it down. Thank God. So whenever we're ready, I think we're gonna be counting down in 5. I'm starting now. All right, so we're gonna be starting in Paris today, chat. All right, so immediately I'm going to be doing one of the worst tricks in the game. Hopefully I don't die instantly. So we're going to try to do this, jump backwards, and we did it first try. Awesome. So we did Paris proxy. Look at that.
Classic, right, classic trick.
So yeah, that specific trick, really bad to start runs with, because you either die or lose 7 seconds trying to do it again. So hey, marathon first try. We did it. Look at that.
We take those.
We do, in fact, take those.
But
so
yeah,
who's this guy? What's this guy's name?
Oh, this guy's Bentley. You know, that's a name that's utilized sometimes in other video games. Like, for example, I think Sparrow does that too, right? That does happen.
Unfortunately, there's a Bentley in that game. I think I like this one a little bit more.
He's a turtle, so that's already like real. I like him when he's real.
Yeah. All
right, so yeah, first thing we're doing another proxy. Look at this. This is sign proxy. We can proxy off this thing and go up the cliff this way, and we're gonna go left here because normally you go straight in like any percent things like that, but we want to collect stuff, so we want to go to this boat on the left side over here and just collect stuff. So here's where our journey of collecting shit begins, chat. But all right, we live, baby.
Nice.
But yeah, just early game, nothing to write home about. It's just running around, collecting bottles wherever we can. There's like some cutscenes we have to watch. But for now, this is good. You know, we're just, oh, hey, to skip one cutscene, we're gonna do one trick called boost jump. We're gonna like use this statue here to basically triple jump over to the lighthouse over here and just walk around what a cutscene would be available here. So we're just gonna do that real quick. You know, awesome, delicious.
I don't have much informative commentary to offer here. However, Gehis514 taught me the aim percent for this game. It was teaching me that specific totem jump, and it infuriates me how I spent probably like 45 minutes trying to get it once. Can't get it once, just watch him do it first try in a marathon. He's just different, dude. He's just built different. This guy's sick.
Listen, man, he legit is just pressing like the button like 3 times, so like it's not that bad, but
I mean, apparently I'm not pressing it 3 times good enough. I don't tell you, man.
No, I promise, bro. Like after like hitting the lab with me for like maybe 20 minutes, I think you could hit a button 3 times. I think that's like perfectly fine.
All right, we're booting up afterwards.
All right.
After we get this world record live at arm with their speed.
Yeah, boot up your overclocked PS2s, everybody. We're learning boost jump today. Hey, look, a little bit of you know, cycle skip there. You could jump on the railing and then just like skip waiting on the last wheel. Oh wait, the jump over that. Check this out, chat. What if I die here? Actually, never mind. So that's gonna be the first death of the run. This jump not my favorite. But hey, at least there's a checkpoint like literally right there, so like nothing was lost there. Let's see. I think I got that one right, so it's supposed to be 17. All right, so that's what it's supposed to look like. My bad. Didn't mean to die there, Chad. That's my bad. But listen, at least the checkpoint was there, so like I wasn't concerned like at all. So, but yeah, well, we're supposed to collect 20 bottles here and open the vault. But as you notice, we got 19. So, because the first thing we want to do is we actually want to open this gate and just go through to the next area to access it on the on the hub map, right? And one big thing that we do in this run is when we collect vaults, it does an opening animation and all that, and it tells you what you got from the vault. But you could actually sidestep that by selecting view map in the middle of opening it, and you could just like go to another part of the map, so we could just get to where we want to go and also skip some animations. So for example, like yeah, there's the bottle right there, just faster to get it on the way back like that. And right now we're gonna do the combination 7, 9, and 2. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna select the last number, and then we're gonna go to the hub. There you go, and that's the first level done.
Wait, you actually need to know the codes?
Yeah, because
like it tells you the game.
Yeah, because
I thought that was like a...
just all the vaults have predetermined digits in them, so you do have to basically know all of them if you're running the game. That will be what's happening.
I was under the impression that like you just got like something in the game that triggers Sly knowing it, so he puts it in himself. I genuinely, this entire time I've watched you, I did not know you were putting those in manually.
Nope. Especially right now, like I have no splits up. We're just memorizing this. This is all we're doing today.
That's crazy, dude. This guy is nuts.
All right.
He can remember things.
Super speedrunner of all time.
Look, I do play the game quite a bit. I would like to at least know some of the combinations while I'm playing the game. That's all I'm saying.
I know one that I remember. I've remembered since the first time I saw it, so we'll get there.
No, there's definitely one combination everyone should know if you see this game at least once. So I'm just saying, like, if you don't remember that combination when the stream ends, I will be judging you.
I can't wait to be judged so hard. This will be awesome.
All right, but as you see so far, this is still a level where we're just collecting bottles and whatnot, so it's just standard gameplay. But after this level, there will be a little bit of a switch up in the way that we play the game. So because so far, at the moment, we are just literally running around everywhere and just like collecting bottles. But after this, we do get our first moving option of the game. Is that enough? Let me see. Yeah, that's good enough. So yeah, we're gonna collect all these bottles, and the weird thing about this level is like the vault's at the beginning of the level. So what we want to do here is we're gonna collect every bottle up to the key. And we're just going to grab the key, pause, and load the game so we go back to the beginning. That's what we're going to do. And then we're just going to turn left here. Like, look, there's the rest of the stuff we need. So get this. Then we get a little bit of the vault here. I think this is 579, so let's do that. And we're going to exit the level as we enter the last digit. So there we go. I don't want to save and quit. I actually want to keep playing. Let's do that. There it is. So now we have our first moving option. It's called roll. And it's very descriptive. That's what we do. We just roll when we hold triangle. So there we go. And it's faster than just walking everywhere. So that's very important for this run, at least for a little bit, until we get our next option. So that's all we have at the moment. All right, now we're gonna, we're gonna hit a cutscene, but we actually can load through the cutscene there. And the game thinks that we already watched it, so we're just gonna load there. And hey, here's one of the few roll exclusive strategies. They want you to keep this barrel through the whole level, but you can actually like ditch it and roll here and get past like these first turrets without needing the barrel. So it's faster if we don't use it, and we just roll everywhere instead. Let's just do that instead. But yeah, no, basically after that it's just more collecting stuff. The only thing you need to know is that sometimes you could roll past these things with a roll, just in case you didn't know that, chat. Just roll over them, and yeah, we're just gonna see how good we play this level with just roll. Right,
so when in doubt, roll.
Just roll over all your problems.
Dude, it is like actually legit hard to like roll, well in this game, because this game doesn't have like that much like flat terrain. So like you start bumping and everything, and then like it stops you in its place. So like you don't want to do too much, but it is an option.
Doesn't have a lot of flat terrain, and it doesn't have a lot of wide terrain.
Yeah, definitely not. Like I think after like World 2, you basically never want to use it anyways, so it is perfect that like that is the last area that we're gonna be using like rolling for like a couple worlds. So Hey, look, another level's done. I collected all the bottles and we're getting the vaults. So I should probably mention that the primary goal at the moment is first it was get roll as fast as you can, right? And now the next goal is to get our next ability as fast as possible, which is called fast, which is a controversial, you know, like what is it? Heinous ability where it just speeds up the in-game clock and you just move automatically faster when you hold down triangle. So that's the next goal. Get that as fast as possible. So you're gonna notice that I'm not exactly getting like the keys, which are like the end game item or like the end level item that makes you like, you know, get out of the level. So if we don't have to get any keys, then that's preferable is the thing. But yeah, now just you know, just I think this level is like pretty normal when it comes to collecting things and just traversing. You know, just roll whenever you want and just like, you know, avoid these lights. You know, kind of a little bit sketchy, but we can just trigger an alarm and just do that. There we go. Yeah, just a nice simple level, this one, I would say. Oh, he does say Fortnite there, by the way, just to be clear. He does say Fortnite. And that game's pretty alright, I guess.
We're putting up after this, right, boys?
We do.
Yeah, look, all I'm saying is like I'm down to play some Fortnite Festival. I got the guitar and everything, just saying.
Okay, I'm in.
Is that how we end the event?
Yeah.
Gee, that'd be fun, actually.
Yeah, armed with their speed, head into the Fortnite category. It's gonna be the best moment of our speedrun career.
Oh my god.
What's the speed in Fortnite?
There are Fortnite runs. I don't know why you would run Fortnite when it's already competitive, but it's a thing.
All right. There's our last bottle and our last vault. Just, you know, as you saw, just collecting stuff and just getting out of there. And hey, we're doing a world skip technically. So since we're already this far in, it is advisable that you start doing a super jump chain and skipping to the boss fight early. So this movement I'm doing is specifically so I don't update to position, you know, on purpose. And when I do this technique, it takes us back to the cannon that you're supposed to unlock with 7 keys. I don't have enough fingers for that, so I can't do it with one hand. But this just gets us into the boss fight early, which, you know, since we're already here, we might as well do it now. So this is, you know, in boss fights specifically, we actually do want to, you know, reset the console, you know, which is why BCPS3 is like, you know, the optimal version of the game, because it's pretty fast to restart the console like this. So we're just going to do that, play the boss fight. It's going to be good.
What language was that?
All right, so yeah, specifically for the language. All right. Just say, all right.
Yeah,
so,
very cool. Yeah, congratulations.
All right, so for those that may or may not be aware, in this game specifically, is like Sly Cooper the series, the Finnish really love Sly Cooper, and I thought it'd be really cool. Is like, hey, I mean, if they like it so much, then they could just, you know, I show approval of that. So I think I made my console Finnish.
Wait, actually, is that what that is?
Yeah, that is Finnish. That is, I don't know how you say it, Suomi. Yeah, it is Finnish for the Finns.
Hell yeah, dude.
This run is for the Finns.
Yeah, specifically for them and no one else. Everyone look away.
Everyone look away.
All right, but now we're doing, yeah, we're in the boss fight, by the way. Essentially, you just got to wait for this guy to not be big and hit him while he's small, which is, you know, pretty advisable for this guy. So, as you can see, he jumps around like perhaps 5 times. Then he gets small and you can just hit him on the way up. You know, pretty optimal way to do that instead of hitting him on the ground where he falls into water. But hey, last hit, and then he's going to spin his tongue around, you know, 6 times. So 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And you hit him as you pause, and you can skip the dialogue and the cutscene that happens at the end of that, and you could just move on to the map and then go on to our next level, which is Into the Machine, which is I'm gonna say I don't like this level that much. It's too long. Not a lot of fun stuff goes on, and I definitely find it easy to die in this one. So, not exactly my favorite. Man, just for now, more collecting of stuff since we're still in the early game, which is pretty fun. You know, early game is pretty, you know, kind of easy going once you get the momentum, you know, rolling.
Honestly, this category, like, the more I'm watching it, right, I didn't really realize how, like, cool the routing looks overall for Hundo. Like, I've watched you play it before, but, like, this is the first time I've watched, like, super intently, like, from the beginning. I feel like I usually catch up with you in, like, World 3, like, with, like, Mugshot and stuff.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And, like, those levels. But, like, even the early game routing, Janie looks pretty cool and fun. like just kind of like your basic movement suite of like just running around doing like those like little light jumps around like the terrain and how you get to manipulate it a little bit.
Yeah, just
seems really neat.
Yeah, I think like usually like this category is like one of the more unoptimized ones. So even then, I could say that like the routing for this category is like still up in the air. Like it is really weird that you just go to the boss and then you just route your way back here to the beginning. Like so like there's like definitely some things that you could do differently to like save time or even be even, but like this is what I landed on, and you know it works pretty well. And then this is probably the only part where like movement is like kind of like a key factor for this category, because like rolling, you know, it's very useful. For example, hey, when you roll in midair, you actually fall faster, so that's like some sweet knowledge. And then like, yeah, you could also roll through that, which is kind of hard to do, but once you predict how to bounce it, like for example, check this out, bounce off of this, it gets you go faster. Look at that. Slight little momentum boost there. So yeah, like early games where you get to see all like the interesting like movement momentum things. All right, so as opposed to the other levels that we were just doing, we're gonna come up on the final vault here. We're actually gonna watch this cutscene because like sadly this level has the vault right by the key, and as you probably noticed, this level is long, and so we're basically forced to open this, then go for the key, then leave, which I don't like this level for that reason. It's kind of long. It sucks. Oh yeah, it tells you about a dive technique that we're never using. So if you guys want to learn about that, there it is, chat.
Something we should point out about this game is all of the vault unlockables are in a set order, and the order is not dependent on the level you unlock the vaults in, but rather the order in which you open them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah, which is why like it is like it's not that important like how you know what order you do the vaults in. So that's why like this category would like kind of want to prioritize. All right, what's the fastest ones you collect? Because no matter what, you're gonna get everything the same no matter what you know do in whatever order. So like early game is more about like, all right, what's like the fastest things you could do like at that time, you know, to unlock, you know, the next best item, which is fast. Oh yeah, this all is a good example as to like terrain being weird for a roll, because I could see like this isn't flat and it's very bumpy when you come at it like at the wrong angle. Like for example, like you slow down a lot when you hit those bumps, and it's not fun. So you got to like really time your rolls here. But yeah, like, you know, as rolls do, you know, you gain momentum as you go downhill, which is, you know, a big benefit. But really, like the game does not take that much advantage of it, like of that like mechanic, like outside of like maybe worlds 1 and 2. So enjoy the rolling while you see it, chat. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll do some
Keep
of this.
A good time rolling. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think that was kind of handsome of you. Can you say that again?
No, that's all I've got. Sorry, it's a one and done.
I didn't know I brought cowards to the call. That's interesting. All right, well, anyways.
Hey, man.
I don't know, just
You're
bizarre.
Right. Kind of bizarre. Kind of weird. Kind of weird that just happened.
Double down. Can't believe it.
And almost, like, all I'm saying, dude, if you're bringing the fire, bro, you gotta stand by it, bro. You gotta stand on business, as they say.
No, you're right. I'm flaking. I'm sorry. That's who I am.
This guy's fraudulent. This guy's a fraud. All right.
This guy's a big fat phony.
This guy's a freak. Own that fraud. All right, so what I just did there is like, it's really weird to maneuver this level specifically, because like the key is one spot and this is the final like vault of like the world. So what basically we did was just we got the key, we got every bottle, and these are the last bottles, like for example. So we actually do want to leave this world on this vault, so we want to do this. So we're gonna do 4 3 6, and on the middle dial we're gonna press select here, and then we're actually gonna go to the hideout, you know, where we actually get to choose our next world, because we did every level so far, right? So now it's time to move on to world 2, which is Utah. We've been there, right? That's a place we've been to. That's real.
I have not been to Utah.
I think that's slightly disappointing. I've been there once, and I'll be honest, it does kind of look like this a little bit. So just saying. So like, it's not, you know, this is the full experience what you're getting on screen right now.
I was gonna say, I know it's in the West, so it definitely does look like this.
All right, I will say, I'm gonna try to do a cutscene skip right here. You know, when we get to this top here, I'm gonna try to fall into the water as the cutscene begins. So let's see. And perfect. Look at that good old cutscene skip. So he pulls out his binoculars and then he tries to do a call with you, like, you know, Bentley the turtle guy. So but if you take damage in the middle of that, like falling in the water like I just did, it just cancels that and then you can just keep going. So that's perfect.
This game's nuts.
All right, this no, specifically Hundo, it gets really weird. So that's not the end of where things get strange. So we could hold on a little bit before things get a little bit weird. But for now, this is the second to last level that we get to use roll freely, and this is also, like, you know, the first area of the game where we have to like collect the bottles, but we have to open the next area so we can, you know, freely go there when we collect the vault. So if you know the game, you're gonna probably perhaps notice that I'm skipping some, you know, bottles like up there on the top left. There's like a platform with them, but I'm gonna come back for those later since it is on the way to the vault when we return. So, and yeah, people usually think I missed this one, but you know, it's better just get it on the way back because, you know, we are going to be backtracking quite a bit. All right, enough of that. All right, let's see. And we are coming up on the end here. We do have, you know, we should have 35 bottles by the end of this, so that means we didn't miss anything. So check this out. This guy wants to be kind of weird with it, so I'm going to kill him back. And yeah, that's the end of the level for this one. But we are going to backtrack for the vault, so don't be concerned yet. I think we're going to be good on this one. Yeah, yeah. According to Nick in chat, all these dogs are Mormon, by the way, just so we're clear. All right, so like I said, access to the next area so we could view it from the map and select it. And we're gonna be moving inwards, which if it wasn't apparent yet, if you didn't see like the front gate, apparently this is like you know, a casino gambling like location in Utah, which I don't imagine is that common. You know, I've only been there once, but I don't think I saw any of that in Utah. So
I'm pretty sure that Mormons can't gamble.
Yes, so whatever's going on here is definitely not
illegal.
It's not exactly you know the standard, but you know, hey, it's like Cooper. We let him do what he wants. All right, so hey, this is the Pie Vault. We called that because the code is 314. Look at that, and then we get to leave after that. There it is. That's the Pie Vault.
Very nice.
All right, so once we enter the hub world, we do get a cutscene immediately, but we could load past it to make the game think that we already saw it if we load back in. So, and we're gonna do one of the classic tricks for any percent. We're gonna do mugshot catapult, so you could actually like align yourself and proxy off of that to get to the roof, and you actually, like, you know, climb around the roof and get deeper inside of the hub area, which is gonna be more useful later because we actually, you know, normally you're supposed to like use you know, keys to open up the next area, and then like it does like a whole animation like doing some you know, to get deeper inside. But we're just gonna open this area to like get its vault, but also you know, get further inside the hub world when we come back for cleanup, because right now we're going to be getting our next cool ability, which is, like I mentioned before, it's called fast, where you hold down the button, the game becomes fast, and you're going to see that at the end of this. But for now, wait a minute, I just took damage there. I will say though, it doesn't really matter that much if we take damage now, because you know, we only need specifically one lucky charm, which I should mention. Lucky charms provide you extra hit, you know, in this game, because this game is a one-hit kill game, and one lucky charm means you take one hit. If you get a golden one, you get 2 extra hits. So yeah, if that wasn't clear already, this game wants you to do it basically without dying. So like I said, we don't really need like 2 charms. We could just use 1 for the next work we're doing after this level. All right, doing this. All right, now we're doing like a sort of apartment climb. You just grab all these bottles down here, and I want to see if I could get a certain coin count, because one of the other things about this category is it's really important to know what your coin count is, because if you get 100, you actually do get an extra lucky charm. So that's gonna be useful for like certain timing things later. All right, just do this one's called 565. This one's that, and we're not gonna exit out of here because the key is like right behind us. So we're gonna watch this cutscene, and it will tell you what this ability is. So if you guys don't understand what fast is yet, here's the explanation. literally called it out, like speed up the clock. It's just that obvious. So there it is. It just blatantly tells you, hey, that's fast. So when you hold down the triangle button, the game just runs faster. And that's going to be very important for the rest of the run, holding down triangle the whole time. So we're going to see if we can make that work.
I've heard stories of hundo runners, and I think all vaults runners of this game who have to claw grip the rest of the run to keep triangle down the whole time.
Yep.
You claw grip for this game?
Yep. That's what I'm doing right now. This is gotta be doing this the whole time, claw gripping. This is it.
Oh, my hands hurt so bad already. I'm literally at 10 of
Damn.
Yeah, the whole time you're just doing like this, and yeah, doing this enough makes it so like, yeah, if you see that, you can kind of see how fucked up the finger is because of that. You see that? Yeah, that little.
Oh yeah, mine. Yeah.
It's a little bit.
It's not good. It's not good. It's not fun, but you know, if you're playing hundo for any reason. Oh, what up?
I would tell you about the health consequences of speed running like this.
It's like goddamn claw grip, dude. If this ability wasn't in the game, I think this category would be like 10 minutes slower, if anything. I think I did do a run without it recently, so it's 10 minutes or something like that. All right, now we're in the next boss fight. We actually skipped into this a little bit earlier than usual. Hey, this is Mugshot, the guy that owns the area, and you know, he's more into apparently, so we gotta remember that. And technically the hardest boss of the game. He has guns, so he can shoot you at long range, but he's also like impervious to damage, so you can't exactly hit him. So, oh Jesus Christ, he died. So yeah, okay, so that movement is kind of difficult, so I'm gonna do it again. But you can't exactly hit him, so you actually have to like hit these mirrors. And apparently this causes sun damage to this guy because it hits the crystals or something. That's what the game says. So
he's kind of built like Marathon Man a little bit.
Yeah, I think Marathon does look like that, especially after like 400 push-ups he just did. So
yeah, get more donations in, by the way, for more push-ups.
Yeah, this guy gets it. See, exactly. All right, so I think yeah, so we're like on the second floor right here, and you know, there's 3 of them. So what we want to do here is we actually want to jump on the platform he's standing on and exit the level as he's taking damage. So let's see if we don't mess that up. So here we go. So he's on the platform. We're gonna try to get on top of the platform where he is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we pause as you take damage, and then we actually leave to World 3. So I will say now, the goal of the run, now that we got fast, the next goal is actually get to the end of the game as fast as we can. So we could go back and do cleanup with our new ability fast, and you know, because it is faster to use fast. So, but the thing about this world specifically is you actually can't do any like of the world skips that we're just doing. So we literally do have to do everything in this world before we go. So no returning to this one. We're trying to doing it in one shot. But right now this is you know, the intro level. You know, like before, we're gonna try to get as many balls as we can, but also get the vault later. So we're just gonna do some classic movement here, you know, good old jump across there. You're not supposed to access this until like, you know, halfway through the level. We're just gonna jump there early because, you know, one thing I like about this game, all the levels are kind of like layered basically on top of each other, so you could just like get to places a little bit faster if you know a little bit of platforming. That's pretty good. All right, so as you see, like I mentioned, you know, losing a charm early is not that bad because we just got 2 of them for free in this level, so not that concerning. All right, we're gonna do a cutscene skip here, jump on the tree and leave this way. And what the game wants you to do right now is hit these candles to basically open up the key that's in the middle there and just get rid of all the guards. So we're just gonna do like some cool routing here, jump across this way, and they're all dead, and we get the key for free here. And yeah, it's basically this level for now. We will come back here later for the vault, but that's basically the level. All right, now we just gotta open this door, and then we move on to the hub world, you know, because every world has like the intro level, and then you move to the main compound. So there we go. There's that. All right. The biggest chunk of the game in a row, World 3. Basically in every like category, you do have to play all these levels in a row. So you're going to see a lot of World 3 if you have any interest in Sly 1. You're going to see a lot of it. But now we're going to start doing some interesting things in the World 3 here. We're going to start doing the vaults, the bottles, but also the time trials. We're going to start doing time trials here because now we have the fast ability. It is now worth it to, you know, start doing them in one shot. So, but first off, we do have to collect all the bottles and open the vault first before we do the time trials. So here's where it gets a little bit strange for the routing here. you know, instead of going like the main path that, you know, it wants you to go down, we actually like skip a big chunk of that to leave it till later, because for now we are going to be swinging our way through this area and then going like this. All right, pull a little bit back, that's all right. And then I'm going to try to skip this area. There we go, that's cool. All right, so if you didn't notice it right there, you actually cannot use the fast ability whenever Bentley starts speaking. So there are some ways to avoid that, but personally for my run, I'll just let him talk a little bit. Ooh, do some of that. Grab these 2 bottles here. And what I'm doing right now is basically, you know, if you jump over that specific vine that was right behind me, it actually disables a trigger of a huge giant snake chasing you. So as you can imagine, in a speed run, I think it's fine if we just don't allow him to appear. So you can see what, like, you can tell that the camera wants to move behind me because it's supposed to look like a crash game where something's chasing you like that and something's supposed to be behind you, but we just avoided the trigger for that to even happen.
Bro was running from nothing.
Yeah, nothing was happening, and that's how I prefer it, dude. So but yeah, that was the end of the level. We're just gonna go back to the beginning and just collect all the remaining bottles that we have, because the vault is at the end of the level, but there's a really easy way to get there without playing that whole level again. So we got 30 bottles. We're gonna do a nice little out of bounds sequence here.
I love this one.
Yeah, do this, and then we turn left. We just jump there, and look at that. This is where we just were like 20 seconds ago. So hey, this is the combination everyone should remember. There it is, chat. So 4, 4, 4,
3.
Well, I see that you. Well, it's crazy because this guy doesn't have delay watching me. So like, what's up with that? All right, so now we have just started doing our time trials. That hourglass enables the time trial to start. So as you probably noticed, we actually do have a trick to not do this the long way. So we're just going to do that and jump into the final, you know, the final ending. There you go. The final ending, as they call it sometimes. So I'm going to be honest, chat. I'm going to be so real. I might be here for like a little bit because we're doing the most controversial trick in the game. It's called fish skip. And I want to see if I could do it at least once on the stream. But you could
first try. I know you're getting it first.
So this could either take me like 10 seconds to do, or I might be here for like a minute or so. We'll see. But first off, we could just not play a mini game and we could just try to clip in if we're so lucky. So essentially, just line up yourself like on this like hill here, and perhaps if you flick the stick a certain way, there's like a small chance you clip in like that. So I'm just gonna leave now. Decided it's over. So goodbye.
Boom.
Yeah. So that's that mini game over.
Easy peasy. This guy's nuts. He's cracked.
You know what's crazy? I think that's the first time I've hit that in a run, like in decent time, like in a marathon run.
Only at arm with their speed. Actually,
that
we have
guy.
a habit of stuff like that happening.
Yeah, like I think like the past couple of events I've done, like you know, Ultimate Speedrunning Championship, and also like I've done a hotfix. I think I wasn't able to do that trick without resetting it once or twice. So that's a classic for arm with their speed. That's you only get that here, chat. All right, so now we're gonna be doing the rest of the game. So I usually classify this run in like in 3 parts. Early game, you know, the mid game before you get to the end of the game, and then like cleanup. So after fish skip, we are now in like the second third of the game, I like to call it. So this is where you start seeing like the main chunk, the meat chunks of the run. You're gonna start seeing a lot of the strange routing, and maybe one of the cool things we actually do intend to die on purpose here, because when we did that out of bounds sequence, we actually triggered a checkpoint, so it is faster to grab all this stuff than die, than respawn at the top here. And then we just don't have to deal with like the platform to get back up here, so that's perfectly fine. Look at that. All right, so the thing about this level, I actually don't like messing up in this level specifically, because like I might have said it before, I actually do want to keep track of my coin count, so it's like, you know, I get, you know, lucky charms in the right spots. So hey, here's a big place where like where I could potentially die. Let's see. I like to disable faster this one, because like these ghosts, hey, you almost saw that. These ghosts spawn so strangely, like it just spawn right on top of you. Did I get that? Okay, I did get that. I was good. Wait, chat. You thought I was scared, but like that's fine because I have a lucky charm. Okay, let me see if I just do this without actually dying again. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna like avoid you guys. Okay, cool. So you thought I was scared. I was. So you were right. Sorry about that, chat. But we're gonna grab the key, reload the level again, and we're gonna try to get this vault because the vaults at the end, like they do that usually. They don't usually have the beginning, but you know we can do a quick out of bounds this way and drop it down here. And here's the sweet little vault, and we're gonna put in the combination. So this one's gonna be 1 2 8. So 1 2 8. Fantastic. And now we're gonna do the time trial, which is basically the exact same thing we did. Exactly the same, like nothing's like different at all. So we're just gonna do the out of bounds sequence, grab that, and then just jump in this tree trunk, jump up here, jump on this branch that's sticking out like that, and then go this way. I'll check this out. Yeah, we're gonna climb through the trees, but trust me, I know where I'm going. I see exactly where things are. And yeah, there's the ending right there.
You're so good at this game, dude.
Oh, like, I hope I am. I play this game every day at this point. Fuck.
It's just like every time I see you play this game, and like mind you, again, I'm a novice at this game, right? So I take this with a grain of salt with that. I learned all of these things from Gehis. He sat in a call with me, taught me a bunch of stuff. He's genuinely very kind for that. I spent hours trying to like do like that tree skip semi consistently. He just does it, jumps up. The whole like 9 just looks so smooth and clean. It looks,
Look, all I'm saying is, I think we're coming up on like 6 years of me playing this game, basically in like straight without stopping. So I hope I'm like at least a little bit decent at the game. I at least I hope so.
Many would even say the greatest to ever run this game.
Fuck, are we gonna say that? I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I feel like I shouldn't say that.
So are we gonna like?
I'm gonna say it.
Are we gonna address the fact that you're just running around chasing cocks, or like what's going on?
No,
like, what are we doing?
No, you misunderstand. I think the cocks are chasing me in this scenario.
Oh, okay, I mean, it seems like you're chasing a couple, and there's a couple chasing you.
Well, like, that's life sometimes.
Okay.
That's life sometimes.
All right.
So essentially, like you're supposed to kill 50 chickens, and then the ghost gives you a key, and then I leave. That's it. That's the whole level. And then cocks kill you or something, allegedly.
Dude, nice. It's like an average Tuesday night for Nick Costalos.
Shout out to Nick, Mr. Cog guy
Just
himself.
that guy. Love that guy.
All right, so now, hey, we're in a vehicle now. It's a twin stick, so you shoot the directions. You know, shoots gun. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this part, this little auto scroller. You know, you're on a boat. It's basically shoot the things that come at you, and then we just got to traverse to the end with this. No huge tricks here. This is just open season for anyone wanting to say any words here at this moment.
In your honest opinion, by the way, I wanted to ask this actually when you started talking more about fast, and I thought about this while I watched you run Hundo. Do you feel that there should be a no fast Hundo in addition to the fast, just for like the sake of like more interesting potential routing? Because I think that like, well, you do like the boss rush and it gets to the end of the game, like you get to like do backtracking because it's faster to use fast.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be like more fun or like a different potential like spin on it to not have fast. As somebody who's run this game forever, I don't know anything about this game.
Yeah, I think it has been proposed as like a, you know, an extra category where yeah, you just don't use fast, and in fact you might even use roll. So I don't know what came of that, but that does sound like a good idea, because there are some really cool strats you get to do with roll. You know, I'm not gonna be able to do it in this run because, you know, I already have fast, but there is a thing called a roll hover where if you basically like press circle button, which like it does like a nice little like lift in the air when you press circle on like a point. If you cancel that animation with triangle when you do the roll, it actually, like, if you keep doing that in repetition, it just makes you hover in the air. Like, it lets you get height the more that you do it. So things like that definitely could like unlock, you know, some pretty cool routing, I will say.
Yeah, just for something different. I mean, because I will say for me personally, the main thing I will never want about this game is ever using the fast mechanic, because my hand will just die from it. And I reckon, you know, with your experience, you've mentioned that you've had the same thing, so I'd reckon that like maybe a what is it, NFS, like any 100% no fast skip or no fast,
yeah, no
something,
fast.
NF.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
Slide
NF.
one NF? Wait, NF? Wait a minute.
Is this a Nick Costalos reference? Anyway.
I love Nitro Fueled. Anyways, let's play Nitro Fueled after this chat.
Yeah, we should play Mario Kart World instead. It's a better game. Sorry, I just had to pop him. I had to pop him.
All right, we're on the last level, World 3, which is I would say the hardest one. So if you do any movement incorrectly here, this guard actually shoots you a little bit too early. So as you noticed, you actually have to get seen by the guard. But the way that they work in this game is that if you hit them at certain angles or walk into their lights at certain angles, they actually don't shoot you. They run around a little bit and then they shoot you. So like any movement mistake there means that you're basically dead and start over again. So, but first off, yeah, just grab the bottles that we see, get to the key early, and then now we're focusing on grabbing the rest of the bottles here. So like I said, any movement mistake here is pretty bad. So we're gonna jump over that, and then we're gonna actually climb to the top level here automatically. And we're just gonna clean up the top level and then, like, you know, go as we see. You know, if you see the bottles, you're just gonna grab them. So this guy's trying to give me some heads, so I'm just gonna, you know, say no to that and just grab these bottles and just kill him. I feel like that's proper procedure. So just do that. And now we're just gonna climb back up here and get these bottles and then go back to where we once were. And look at that, just like that, we were just where we just, you know, we began. All right, so little interesting, you know, low cutscene dialogue skip, because like I said, when dialogue is happening, it removes your fast ability, and when you climb that rope normally, it actually removes your ability. So, but this one you're forced to get, so we're just gonna like trigger it, grab those bottles, and then continue on our way, because, like, you know, it's just the right amount of time, you know, to get fast back. All right, we're gonna take damage on purpose here, see how that works, and then just jump over that, because you do have to hit candles to make that appear again. Can I hit this without dying? All right, cool, awesome. Yeah, because that's a really tough cycle to hit. So I'm glad that that was able to be done first try. And look at that, the final 2 bottles for the vault here. So we're gonna hit 571 here. And we're gonna do the time trial, which is, hey, you guessed it, the same exact thing we did the first time. So do this, 571. And we're gonna do this level once more as fast as we can, but this time with the hourglass enabled. So check it out. Nice little jump over this, which is really hard to do, by the way. I don't like doing it in this run, but well, I better be good at it is all I'm saying. So hey, we can just jump. By the way, you actually could jump in the water here and just walk underwater. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. That is pretty cool. But you could just do this and like jump in the water, and you could just walk underwater. I'm sorry I didn't mention that, but a lot of things to talk about with this area at least. But there we go. End of the level. Done with every level in World 3 so far. So now we're gonna do the boss fight. All right, so now we go
that
this way.
Movement in the end is one of my favorite things in this whole game.
No, honestly, like, yeah, things like that, like, I think it really makes this game look like really nice as a speed run, because like it looks cool. It's not that bad either, like even kind of easy to do. So like anyone could just do that. That's like even like suggested. You just do that. All right, so now we're gonna be doing, you know, Ms. Ruby, which is the 3rd boss in this game, but you know, we're gonna reset the console and you know, just get past her dialogue a little bit.
Yeah, Ruby in particular, known to be a massive baddie. Many people are pining for Ruby in this chat, I believe. I can only imagine. That's the main baddie of this game, right? Is Ruby? There's not like anybody else, right? They have a one? They have a one? Not like any like Latina, right? Like there's not like Latinas in this game, right, guys? You didn't invite me and Marathon Man to a couch where there are Latinas. You know what they do to us. You wouldn't do that to us, would you? All
right, so we're starting Miss Ruby, it seems. And hey, we're doing a cool out of bounds here. And instead of going down straight, we're actually gonna see if we can do some awesome movement out here. Hey, this part's usually hard. Let's see. If we land this jump, we're basically in the clear. Some cool out of bounds movement. So the goal here is actually we want to die on purpose so we could respawn in the next part of the boss. So we're gonna see if we could hit ourselves here and fall in the water. So if we die behind here, you know, behind Miss Ruby, it actually triggers the next part of the, you know, the boss fight, which is a rhythm game. Check this out. So now you press the buttons as you see fit, but I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I don't usually time this. You just smash these, so like this doesn't really matter that much, just to be fair. So we're gonna do this for at least like 2 phases. This is the first one, and then on the second one we actually could hit her twice, and we'd be able to skip like her 3rd phase. So hopefully we do it, because if I miss this, we have to lose 2 minutes. So that's not fun. That's not fun. So hopefully we do hit this first try so we don't lose 2 minutes. That'd be nice. But yeah, that's the end of the first phase. You know, just hit Ruby on the way out, and then on this phase we have to do the technique where we have to exit the level while hitting her twice. That is the plan. But yeah, basically just rhythm game stuff. You know how it is. Just press the buttons as you see them, and that's basically it. And yeah, you can definitely tell in the background that the percussive noises means that I'm mashing the buttons here. I think I recently did do a speed run where I played this game with a Guitar Hero controller, and I think for that specifically, you probably should time the inputs because that's just, you know, that is where the games are, dude. I feel like that's like the only appropriate time to do that. All right, at this point, we have like 2 more segments left, you know, before we actually have to do the technique. So here you go. This is the first one, and then here's the last one, and hopefully I just don't end up dying here because I did do that today. And this part, I ended up dying in my runs today, so let's see how it goes. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can do this correctly. All right, the percent at the bottom means we did it correctly, so I didn't miss, so we get to proceed as normal. Now we leave backwards. All right, so if you were keeping track, we actually still need to get the vault for the first area, so we're gonna go back and get that and do the time trial here, and we're never coming back to this world ever again. This will be the last that you see of this. So there it is. Hey, there's the bottle too that we strategically left. So here's this one. Which one's this one again? 588. So let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 588, and then we're gonna load the game as we hit this one, so we could get to the beginning of the level with the time trial to begin. Hey, we're doing another any percent classic. It's called a van proxy, where we do like a convoluted set of steps to enable a proxy. So check this out. So do we left here? We do left here on the D-pad. Oh, wait a minute. That's kind of weird, actually. Sometimes he does that, you know, sometimes he freaks out, but that's okay. Hopefully that doesn't mean I have to reload the level again. Sometimes like the van doesn't like to behave when I do this trick. So let's see. So do this, then we have to pause our inputs here, and then we have to hold down on the D-pad after this. Oh, he doesn't even have to reset. He just does it.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. But yeah, like you can just get out of bounds like that and just run to the end like this. That's it. That's the time trial. A little bit of a fumble, but it's okay because like we're still finishing the level. There you go. And that's the end of World 3. That's it. Nothing will be seen of this ever again. We're done. We're leaving now.
I'll believe you.
And reminder, Ms. Ruby is never seen out again after this.
Never. There's no reason to see her again. It's fine. Hey, we're in World 4 now. It's China, and it's the snow level from the platformers. So,
Cute.
yeah, it's good old classic China. So now we're basically back on the menu for trying to beat the game as fast as possible, or at least get to the ending. Because after this level, we're gonna start. Let me get some coins. Actually, we're gonna start seeing like a technique that is seldom used in some categories, where we're actually going to do a strategy that enables us to load 2 save files at the same time. So what the purpose of that is, for this run specifically, is we want to take one location from one save file and inject like the progress of another with it. So right now we're doing the setup of that. You know, by the time that we reach the end of this, we're going to start doing some save stuff. So we're going to do setup, and like probably like in about like, I don't know, like 20 minutes or so, we're going to see the results of that. So just know that we're going to use some save files that are kind of strange in this run, at least 2 of them. So stay tuned for that. I almost want to collect some coins. I'm kind of running low a little bit. Let's see. Give me some. There you go. Good enough for now. Hey, we don't do this anymore, actually. Like, you know, unless you're a beginner, you could actually jump and hit those fireworks and teleport to the top of the building. Because usually you're supposed to like dance around like the building to sneak around these guys. But, you know, if you just do it like that, you can just like skip all that. It's fine. All right, how many coins do we got? 86. Give me like a couple more. There you go. Oh yeah, that's pretty healthy. All right, we're gonna skip this key required door. We're actually gonna enter through this way with the super jump. And here is where we're gonna start setting up a save file. So do this. On another file, we're gonna save a little, you know, continue our progress there. It's because we're actually gonna want to go back to that hub area later on in the run. So stay tuned for that. All right, so now the goal is collect the rest of these bottles and then the key. And then we're gonna do the same thing as we did before. We're just gonna like grab the key and teleport to the main hub world in the end there. So here we got like let's see, 30 bottles, and grab the key, and then I leave to the hub world as we see. All right, now we see another minigame type. This is a shooting one, you know, first-person shooter. And this time we're going to be defending our friend Murray, who we actually have never seen until now, I think. But you're going to see there's like a jolly young man across the field over there waving at us. Look at that, this guy. And we have to defend him because in this game he's quite pathetic and sad and lowly. So like he can't fight for himself at the moment. So We have to shoot these enemies out of the way. And that's basically what this level is, just shoot people and that's it. All right. And yeah, there's like predetermined spots where you could, you know, make sure that like, you know, you kill the guards instantly, because it is a thing, you know, if Murray does get caught, it does lose sometimes. So like, just like that. So it would be best if we just shoot them without like him like doing that animation as little as we can. But yeah, like,
speaking of Murray,
yeah, what
shouts to Murray must die %. It would be really nice if, you know, leaderboard mods would, you know, acknowledge the efforts of many people wanting to run Murray must die %, including myself. One day we will get him on the boards. Thank you. That is all.
Yeah, because there was a whole little era where we just wanted to kill Murray in a speedrun setting. And yeah, so like basically you just got to get to a level where you could just shoot him, and then that's the whole speedrun. So technically I could do that right now and call that a speedrun. I think that's not the category we're playing though, so I'm just gonna avoid doing that.
You're gonna do a bonus run of that after this, after we hit the donation goal, right?
You bring up a good point.
I'm gaslighting.
You bring up a good point. Hey, look, check it out. Check it out. It's the key at the ending, but he's not gonna get it because this game just suddenly turned into aim labs. So we basically have to shoot these guys in the random locations.
Game just turned into aim labs. I love it.
All right, so basically, yeah, so basically you have to shoot 10 of these guards, and he's like, okay, it's over now. He could get the key now. And you can definitely notice that, like, you could definitely like preemptively shoot some spots to make them like not, you know, spawn entirely, but you know, 10 guards that are dead, it's over. All right, so enough of that. Pretty pathetic, like little, you know, animation here. You know, he's so silly. He's not like this in the next game, I promise. I swear he's not this way.
This is before he becomes him.
This is before, like, I want to become him. Exactly. All right, we're finally doing another level. Let's see if I don't get caught here. How many coins I got? 96. Ooh, that's a lot, actually. That's fine, though. But, hey, I'm going to listen. You guys aren't going to get it until later, but I'm going to do a strategy here, and it's going to be interesting, so check this out. All right, that's good enough. All right, pretty cool. Anyways.
Nice. Pretty good strat. I like it.
All right, so essentially what that was is I'm trying to basically skip past Bentley dialogue there because that specific spot makes him talk. So if you pull up your Binocucom and you hold fast while you do it, it actually kind of speeds through his dialogue for some reason without him actually talking. So that's just a quick way to just get rid of him and then just use fast again. That's basically all that is. That's all it is. Just make him stop talking. I don't want to hear him anymore. Hey, we're doing
I thought we were just taking a quick look at Shemp there. I wasn't sure.
Hold up, let's see. Okay, that's a pretty hard jump, so I'm glad I got it today. But yeah, like essentially, this is a weird level because we are not going to get every bottle. We're going to do like a nice little cleanup when we come back here, but for the time being, it is best to get some of them so we don't have to like do all this like strange routing. But right now we're gonna get like what is it, 21, and then we're gonna try to get the key as fast as we can, and we're actually gonna skip immediately into the panicking boss fight. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do the world force skip, and it's pretty interesting. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna get on top of this roof here. So we're gonna do a boost jump, basically a triple jump up here, and we're gonna see if we just do a slingshot maneuver where it just pulls us back into the boss fight. Let's see it. And if I could pause here, that'd be nice. Yes, so there it is. Okay, that pause is incredibly hard, and what that does is it makes it so instead of losing a charm from taking damage there, I could actually load it back while I load into the boss fight, if that makes sense. So it basically becomes I lost nothing from that interaction when I took damage. But yeah, basically the fourth boss of the game, there's only 5 of them. The last one's Clockwork, and that's like at the end of the run. So for now, after this moment, it's basically just levels upon levels. But before we do like the cleanup stuff, we got to do World 5. So make sure we kill this guy kind of fast as possible. You know, not that hard. People already know this, but apparently this boss fight was, or like this world was supposed to be like the beginning of the game. So you're gonna notice that like you're basically beating this guy's ass, and then that's the whole fight. But yeah, there's like a little exploit here where you could just if you jump off this guy's belly as he blows you back, you actually could like make him not attack you anymore. So like, let me see if I can do it one more time just for demonstration. So hit him 10 times. You jump as you hit right there, and I missed it 2 times. But that's okay. But you already saw it. It just makes him not attack for a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. So see what I mean? Like that's supposed to be like apparently the first boss of the game, allegedly. So that's why it's that easy. So just saying, it's World 4 for some reason. All right, now we've made it to World 5, and this is yeah, you know, normally in a run you would see this like at the end, but this is the middle, as we have like what 45 minutes left, like, you know, something like that. So we're just gonna, you know, cruise past this as much as we can, but we're actually gonna go, you know, clean up, you know, like in the second to last level. So we're gonna just get to the second to last level and see what happens there. All right, but now we're doing some more turret levels, more guns and stuff. So basically shoot anything that would pose a threat. For example, these birds. Sweet little hot tip for any casual gamers out there. There's definitely some spots where you could just hold the reticle, like, you know, kind of like in one spot, and the birds just kind of fly into them. Not for all, you can't do it for all of them, but like, you know, as long as you keep your reticle steady, you know, not that hard to kind of like, you know, adjust your aim and just kill them fast. All right, there's some rocks up here, kind of, you know, trying to get shot at us, but honestly, not even that big, not that big of a deal. You know, I could clear these mines if I wanted to. Not necessary, but you know, they're basically all gone. Hey, look, another set of birds. Just basically aim in one spot, see if like they fly into them. Not that hard to deal with. Basically, just do that. Look at that, not bad. Yeah, this is the last one, so I might as well kill him fast, right? So, second of the 3 bird cycles, and now we're gonna be seeing like more mines here, and they're gonna shoot bigger rocks at us, which means that the level's progressing. They usually like to do that, make things bigger to show that you're progressing. So yeah, we got these 3 big rocks here that take multiple hits, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah. You know, if you're prepared, this isn't really that much of an issue. Just to store the floor mines, you just hit the rocks whenever you can, and it's not that bad. All right, this is the part where people kind of usually die. There's a lot more birds than usual here, and but still the same advice: just point the reticle in one spot. Birds just end up flying into them, and just kind of like adjust your angle if like you really need to, for example, like that. Just keep it in one spot. You can basically kill them all. It's not that bad. There we go, and that is indeed all of them.
Nice shooting, Sly. Looks like we're in the clear.
Look at my goat cook. Look at him cook. That's all he does. He can't stop cooking.
Dude,
Get him away from the grill.
Dude, there's about like 40 minutes left to cook, dude. We're not even done yet.
Out.
All right, it's time for the next level. This is the slug minigame, of which that we have to collect, you know,
Oh, I hate
computers.
this.
Yeah, we have to collect like 60 computers before the slugs do. And I'm gonna say, dude, I hate this minigame so much in a speedrun context because
Yeah, it's awful in the speedrun.
yeah, but because you might have seen it there, but I definitely turned around on purpose at the beginning, and the point of that is so we could actually knock a slug out of bounds. Because if you guys aren't aware of this, these slugs are the same slugs that are there the whole time. So when you knock them out, they just climb out of the lava and just come back. So knocking one out of the ring means that we basically lose one slug the whole time, so we have less to compete with. So it's, as you can probably tell, it's a lot easier to deal with 3 slugs than just 4 at the same time. So but yeah, like if you're just doing it like in a, you know, a normal speedrunning like context, or you know, playing casually, this isn't too bad. You know, just make sure that like hey, this is actually one that using claw grip is pretty good for, because you can control the camera with your thumb, and then like use, you know, your index finger to press square, which knocks them out of the ring. So if you're comfortable with that, that's pretty good. Just saying, you already have an advantage. All right, so we're already done collecting all the computers with 60, so enough of that. We're done with that minigame. I see. So we have a message in chat. It says, "I'm so fresh, you can slug my nuts." How do we feel about that?
I feel good about it, Bob.
I definitely did not know what that was until I saw Miggle randomly post it in someone's stream, and I said, Miggle, what is this?
This guy's mod.
And then he sent me the song.
Okay, there. I know that song, so I have context. All right, so we're doing a kind of interesting trick. Hopefully I do hit this, but
Who's that?
that's a woman. All right, check this out. No speaking, because like this is interesting. Let's see. Okay, so what we want to do here is we actually want to like get into the next level without triggering a dialogue that loses 15 seconds. So check this out. We set our position there. We go this way, and then we land here, and it boosts us up into the trigger that's above the level that you're not supposed to hit. So this level, you don't have to play it. You just have to enter it to get percent. So that's usually hard. That's usually hard, but you could skip it like that if you have a charm. So the problem with that is that like you actually have to do this level twice. One to get that level to, you know, be open, but also one to skip like into the one after that. So check this out. We do this once. All right, hold up. If I do it twice, maybe it's good. Hold up. All right. I already did it once. How about you see it twice? Does that work? All right, so that's bad. I have to actually restart the console for that, so that's pretty bad. Okay, so that cutscene, that's pretty bad. If you hit that, so I might as well restart the console, but that's okay. We have 1 hour and 45 on the estimated time for a reason, so that's okay. But essentially, you just want to jump over that cutscene, you run away, and then it's the level after that, and then we continue the speedrun. Look, I'm not concerned.
So you just have to run from the woman?
Yes. In the normal game, you just free her from her chamber, but that's not exactly what's happening at the moment. I just don't want to see her at the moment. All right.
Understandable, I guess. I mean, I kind of want to see. Well, if we want to, well, if we all want to see her.
I mean, she is there. If you want to observe quietly, that's okay. There you go. It's more like it. That's the height we need. In anyways,
Nice, very good.
Doesn't
Very
matter
good.
because you do see her for a couple of frames here. Check it out. She's right there. But I'm gonna skip past her dialogue.
dude.
There you go.
No, what are you doing?
scratching.
Stop that. No.
How are you gonna do this?
All right. So you actually play as her in this mini game. So I mean, you get to be her at least. That's cool.
That's something. I'll take it. It's a dub.
All right, but yeah, same as before. It's just basically just a shooting minigame. What the frick? Don't do that ever again. But yeah, just shooting minigame. Just shoot the things that you see. These are blockages that you know, stop Slide from progressing later on. So it is good to shoot those out of the way before he gets there. So check it out. Just, you know, just when you have time, just shoot them out. Just like that. And then at this point, he can just run to the end for free. But you know, as you can see, it is kind of scary because like a couple slugs just spawn. But I think these slugs could catch up to you, but if I shoot once here, they will never catch up. So yeah, see that? He's running that way, and then turn around. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god, that slug flew. Okay, that slug's gone. All right, cool. All right, so that's he's gone now.
Or just left.
He just fucking flew away,
Just
dude.
Gone.
All right, so here's the second to last level. So what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna make another save file right here and leave, because now it's time for cleanup. It's
Okay,
time.
let's go.
So we're going back to World 1 with our fast ability, and I'm gonna be so real with you guys. This is I hate this trick so much. So hopefully I get this within perhaps maybe 3 tries. So this is yeah.
Try all day.
Look, all I'm saying is that this is one of the worst tricks I hate doing in this game, or at least rather in this category, because so I think it is like 1 or 2 frames to do it. So let's see if I can do it like in a reasonable amount of time. So do this. Doing a boost jump up here because we do need to get up here and switch over to the roll ability because we're going to try to get into this crevice and jump and press roll at the exact same time. And I did first try, so I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Dude, I told you it was first try every day.
Is there anything my goat can't do? He's the goat of slide. Geeg is in Fortnite.
Dude, I
He's in
am
Fortnite.
playing Baby Metal after this stream, just saying, in Fortnite.
Oh.
All right, so now it's time for the time trials for World 1. There we go, baby. So we're just gonna move kind of swiftly through this level. You know, you could just see how you're supposed to do this, like in a category, like for example, all keys. You know, that's how you beat it kind of fast. You can see a little bit of the all keys experience. But check it out, chat. You know that hat mine ability that you get to, you know, use casually? You actually get to use it here to not spin the wheel and use the ball. So I'm just gonna do that and leave instantly. So there we go. And that's the end of that level. The only time we get to use hat mine on purpose in the speed run. There we go. All right, now it's time for Cunning Disguise, that barrel level. We're basically going to be doing the same thing, but twice in a row. So basically run to the barrel. Wait. I didn't say die. I didn't say that. Wait a minute. Do I have 0 lives? Wait, that's awesome, actually. Wait a minute. So there's consequences for my actions. Interesting. All right, but yeah, get into the barrel. Then we go here, and then we try to line a camera. And then we jump. We press X here. Then we get up here, and then hey, look, there's a key right there. So I'm gonna load the level and hit the key on the way out, and we basically do the same thing again. So there we go. Hey, look, the time trial is there. Now we have everything. So exactly the same thing again. So what you saw the first time, it's exactly what's happening again. So check it out. Align the camera, jump, and press X. And then we leave just like that. Awesome. So as you can see, like, this isn't too bad. You know, World 1 cleanup is just like get all the time trials done, which is just play the game as fast as possible, which I do like doing. I prefer that. All right, Gunboat Graveyard. You know, I think all we have to do is grab the key and then do the time trial like we did before. So that's gonna be done by going up this way, and you could jump up these ropes here. And hey, this is a PS5 trophy, by the way. You could actually like jump over these to the end of the level. That is a PS5 trophy, chat. Just saying, if you guys like that kind of thing, that is a trophy. So we're just gonna grab the key, spawn in the time trial, do that same exact thing again. Exact same thing again. There you go. And also while keeping mind of like how many coins I got, because I will be needing at least one more for one trick I'm doing later. So make sure I don't get too ahead in the coin count here. All right, so yeah, do the same trick again, get to the ending here, make sure I leave. All right, and then that's the end. All right, now we're seeing what's supposed to be the first mini game of the game, which is the crab mini game. And people will know that this mini game is definitely Dudu Kaka, and I don't like this one that much, because this is like the only one where the only requirement to lose is lose once, and then like you have to start the whole thing over again. So it's not that safe for speedrunning, but you know, because other mini games have like timers on them, and then like you compete against other people or whatever. But this one, you have to make sure these treasure chests don't go into the holes with the crabs. If you lose one, you have to start over again. So I hope it's not garbage. I hope we get every single treasure chest. But yeah, essentially for like,
it feels like Crash Bash. I'm not gonna lie. The optics on this just reminds me of it for some reason. Just something.
Dude, look, all I'm saying is that, like, I've always said that this game is basically just a Crash game, and that just adds to that. It has to also be Crash Bash. Yeah, essentially.
We do have Crash Team Racing. There's the boat and everything, right? You have your little boat thing where you do spinny moves on.
That is true, actually, yeah.
That's probably in Crash.
But, you know, that's a thing that could work in Crash. Yeah, that's exactly what would work.
Yeah, that's exactly. This is like Crash 4 when you think about it.
There we go. Then we're gonna do. Okay, we need 3 more chests left, so that means all right, not that bad. We didn't lose the game, chat. So we're gonna get the last treasure chest exit level and grab the last key of the world, and now we just have to do the time trials of the final 2 levels in this area. Then we'll never see World 1 ever again. So sadly, this is the longest level of the game, so it's gonna take a while for me to get through this one, and hopefully without dying or perhaps failing it, because that is possible in this specific level, failing the time trial, because there's like literally no speedrun skips in this one, except this one. But like, it doesn't save you that much time. So check it out. We do this, and then we just proxy through here, and then we basically get to like this tube over here, and that's it. That's all the speedrunning you're getting in this level. All right, go this way. I think specifically in this run, this part definitely sucks when you're using the fast ability, because you could definitely cut corners here and try to get through these as fast as possible. But I think for today, I'm going to take it kind of safe. So like, that's like perfectly fine, I'm going to say, in my opinion. All right. There's a small chance I could also die here, so let's not do that. Hold up. All right, now hold diagonal. All right, there we go. That's fine. And then that's basically it. And then we just basically run to the end, and that's the entire level. That's it. So as you can see, not entirely interesting. It's just run, and that's it. Hope you survive. But luckily, that's like the only level that works this way. So we're gonna see some more interesting things later on, because we are getting to like one of my favorite parts of the game, which is World 2 cleanup. That's where like some fun stuff gets to really happen and really gets to shine. All right, so hopefully I don't fall into the fire here, because that is possible with fast. So they do that. There's the portal right there for the ending, and then it's done. I didn't die, and I have 0 lives, so that would have been really bad actually. But that's it. All right, final time trial of this world, and it's not that bad. You know, it's we actually do a speedrun trick here that kind of finishes basically instantly. All right, it's good that we have a charm here, because you could mess up this trick and like lose a life. So like, Getting an extra charm is not that bad. I will mention though, if you get a charm and you start a time trial, it actually removes it from you, so you don't like damage like abuse through everything. So that's why it's also a little bit tactical to like know when you're using your charms, because you know, they take it away from you. And that's the end of the level, by the way. That's it. That's World 1. So see you later, loser. We're done. All right, now it's time for World 2 cleanup. Definitely my favorite part of the game, this one. A lot of cool tricks, and the levels are really fun to collect things in. So we're gonna have to do this first tricks. Hopefully I don't mess this up that badly, because I've not been doing so hot in it lately. But we're gonna do a classic any percent you know, pillar here. We're gonna do Gehis, which you could use this dog actually to do a sweet proxy. So let's see if we can do it.
Big procs, come on.
Hey, there you go. That's about perfect. Look at that. So you could basically skip to the end of the level with a sweet proxy like that, and that was exactly perfect, actually. You know, I got all the momentum and everything, and we're done with that. That's usually pretty hard.
You in Fortnite.
Yeah, this is. How are we gonna put references to this in Fortnite? How are we gonna do that? All right. So now we're heading to our first. This is a level we haven't touched yet, Boneyard Casino. So, like I said before, when you trigger a dialogue cutscene, you can't use fast. So for this, we're going to use roll and get through this as fast as we can, because you can still use roll for some reason, except, you know, aside from fast. So wait a minute. There's potential for me to die here. Let's see. Now we're good. Yeah, there's definitely certain angles you could hit on that guard where he just runs straight instead of directly at you. So like, we're going to use that to our advantage. So, but for now, we're doing Boneyard Casino. This is the casino of the area. So this is where the Mormons go to sin or something. So we're gonna, you know, clean this out. We are not gonna do the time trial immediately. We're actually gonna get all the bottles in the, like, you know, the vaults and then the key, but the time trial will be later for like menuing purposes. So do this, grab these guys, and yeah. Also, like little cool side note, you could just jump over these flashlights that the guards have, because they don't usually register like verticality that well. So if you're like on flat ground, then they see you, but you could just definitely jump over them, you know, just avoid their, you know, their sight, because I don't know why they do that. I don't know why that is the case, but hey, it works for me. All right, how many balls we have here? 29. That means we didn't miss any bottles, because that is a thing that could happen, especially in this level, because it's really hard to backtrack in this one. So you really got to be careful if you're missing any bottles. So you got to be on top of that. So climb up this way. Because, for example, you see there's a drop right there. You actually can't backtrack once you make this drop, so check it out. And I'm pretty sure we have every single bottle. So we're just going to make it through these roulette wheels, and the vault should be at the end of this segment here, as you can see that. Ooh, sometimes, hey, okay, that's cool to point out. Sometimes when you use fast specifically here on this roulette wheel, it makes you clip in through the water, and the water's electrified, and it does do damage. So, that's why you kind of take it safe when you lose a charm there. That does happen on occasion. And yeah, there's the vault right there. You know, endings at right there. Long level, so we're going to watch this cutscene.
You found the blueprints for mugshots additions to Mesa City.
Big fan of gambling. Big fan.
Big fan.
Would you go
Big
here?
fan of gambling.
Would you go here in real life?
Absolutely, bro. I'm going all in. I'm going to roulette. I'm putting all in on green. Everything. The house, all the. That's actually what we're doing with the Arthur Speed money, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's all in on green. Yeah.
Yeah, Marathon's ears just light up. It's like, wait, I can do that. Wait a minute. Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
No, please donate for Shriners, please, chat. I feel like that'd be a lot more appropriate, please. That'd be nice.
I would agree.
I think that's better than gambling personally. Like, I would do that like in my opinion. That's just me though.
What if they like take the $10 they would donate and gamble that $10 and then make like $200 and then give us the $200 for Shriners? Like, what about that? It kind of seems like it might be like a free money glitch. I don't know.
Look, man, morality aside, I feel like I might be down with that.
No, that sounds kind of exciting. I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe just go in. Maybe just try it. Anyway, here we're gonna shoot Murray to death. Sorry, we're not gonna shoot Murray to death. We're actually gonna save him. Make sure his precious life is held forward, right? That's the goal here. We want to just protect him like the other shooting missions.
Sadly, yes. But you know, I don't control the category. But yeah, we just have to make sure it gets to the ending. Like I said before, we left the other level time trial for later, because the way that this map's layout is kind of strange. Like, this level's so far out of the way, it's just better to do this after like collecting the vault, because like you can't really exit the level here, because like you have to run all the way back to the center. It's really far out of the way. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna immediately go back to the previous level, Boneyard Casino, and do the time trial there and exit that level. So it gets us right like on track with like a good line for something for the next one. Oh, he's really close. He's feeling it, chat. All right, so final guard here. We actually do want to load the game here because he does grab the key on the fade out, and that counts progress, and skipping is a little animation. And we're gonna go back to the casino, chat. One of the hardest tricks in the game, I would say. Really precise. Hopefully I do hit this one a reasonable amount of times. So check this out. So what you could do here, you could go this way, kind of go straight, and then you kind of want to duck left here, because you're supposed to die when you do this, but for some reason you do this, and you could just jump over to the bottom here. And now we're gonna do a trick that perhaps, if we're so lucky, it gets us to the end. So let's see if I get lucky. I think that's first try. Hold up, let's see it. We gotta land it though. That is indeed first try for today, baby.
Oh my god.
You're so radiant and beautiful and majestic, and I can't believe you're here. And just, oh my god. Donate money to Shriners and follow Gehis514 on Twitch.
Oh, baby.
Now.
It's perfect, because we could talk more about me in this next race, because we're doing racing. We're just with no cut, like no speedrun tricks, just us in the track.
It's CTR.
Yeah, it's CTR, chat. Hate to say it, but it's another Crash reference. They keep doing that.
Whose face is that on the hot dog?
I have no idea, but he does pop up twice. He does.
I forgot that's the thing.
Yeah, because like he pops up
I
there,
forgot that's the thing.
and then like he pops up in the credits, and I don't know if we know his name. Probably, because he's in the credits, but like he's there. But yeah, we're doing some classic
nice
racing.
wiener, that's all I'll say.
He's got a nice pair of buns with that wiener, just saying. So.
Oh, those buns make me.
Yeah, but all
Flight Team Racing, big fan.
Yeah, Side Team Racing. I feel, you know what? Look, I will say it. The way you control this minigame is with the analog stick only, and like you boost with square, which I don't hate. I don't exactly hate that. Like it feels pretty good to control, but all there is to this is just race and just win. I'm in 5th, so this is not good news. But if I get at least 4th place at the end of the first lap, we're kind of like, in the running still, so that's pretty good. But yeah, nothing else to discuss. Just racing. You know how it is these days. 3rd place, not bad. How you guys feeling about the speedrun so far?
I would like a lot more if there were more Carmelita. That one. I couldn't remember her name. I was actually trying to think of it for a solid minute.
Like all I'm saying is like it makes sense because we only see her like once or twice in the whole speedrun, so like that's fine.
Is Murray driving?
Oh yeah, he's driving, by the way. He has his head out of the car. Look at that.
Bro, why is he? What's he doing? Why is he doing that?
He needs to see, dude.
There's a windshield.
Yeah, but like he doesn't.
Everyone drive like that?
Oh, okay. No, my bad. You're right.
The hippo, he just don't fit. The
He
hippo
just don't fit.
He just don't fit.
The salami leg.
The salami leg. He just won't fit. He just won't fit.
No, it's honestly been a fire run so far. I've been really enjoying it myself.
Hey, this is Revenge of Hundo, because for USC, that was a bonus incentive to do Hundo for that day, the final day.
Yeah, dude, I'm actually low-key bummed we didn't ever hit that incentive. We hit like a good number of them, but listen, next year we might have to run it back with that incentive and get people to get you to run it back.
I think we might be doing more Hundo in the future, guys, because this is going pretty well, even with a couple deaths.
I remember there was another run supposed to be on that final day. It was Ratchet 1 NG Plus by Marathon Man.
Yeah, see, like that's why I brought it up, because I did my studying. Yeah, this guy's all supposed to be there.
Well, listen, here's what happened, right? Ratchet 1 NG Plus, it wouldn't have made sense to go on the crash day, That was all crash all day long. And also, if I remember right, you messaged me like, oh, Dylan, I'm really excited for USC. And then like a week later, you might have been like, oh, dude, I'm not going to be there like the entire week. No,
brother.
This isn't a call-out post. This is a call-out post. It's a call-out post. I'm
It's a
calling you
call-out.
out.
He's getting called out.
That's 100% what happened.
It's okay, though. We'll get you next year. By next year, I mean 2026.
2026, baby. It's happening. Confirmed.
It's happening. Confirmed live at arm third speed. I can't believe it.
The duo we never thought we needed. All right. So we just did like the back alley heist time trial because we did everything else except the time trial, but more so we needed that level to actually get to the inner, the inner area of World 2 Hub. So we're actually going to see these levels for the first time and do everything in one shot. So this is straight to the top, which I believe is like one of my favorite levels casually because, a lot of verticality in this one and a lot of destruction happening because, hey, you like Battlefield chat? You know what Levolution is? You know what that is? Damn, that's crazy.
I got no clue. I got no clue, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Levolution is like the thing, like the technology that makes like their buildings and shit fall over and like a lot of destruction.
Oh, actually, like that's really pretty cool. That's cool. I know that name.
All right, so this level is really weird because the way it's laid out makes it kind of hard to route out. So like you're gonna see a lot of backing into places that we've been to before and like just doing a lot of strange movements. So for example, we did a sweet cool proxy to make it up to this half, but we're actually gonna end up falling down again through this way. And we're not gonna collect every bottle in one shot, but we will be using that proxy one more time. So hey, you could grab these bottles before they fall off into the with the cars like that. And hey, we're back at the beginning again, and as you notice, Lardy Strange, we're back at the beginning and we're going backwards again. And then hey, look, there's like at least 10 bottles in here, so like trigger that, wait from the fallout, grab these, and then go this way. And we got the key, but we still have to get the vault and also the bottle. So do that. Interesting. We're gonna load the game again, and we're actually gonna get the rest of the stuff, and then not do the time trial until like we want to leave World 2. So we're still not doing everything, which is why this level is like so funny to me. It's just like, what are we doing here, man? All right, there we go. Do this proxy again, and then go up this way, and we actually grab this bottle, this one over here, and we're gonna leave with the vault with the combination of 4, 6, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one's 8, and we exit. There we go. All right, now it's time for also one of my other favorites, 2 to Tango in this category. A lot of cool stuff happening right at the beginning. Let's see. Don't kill me. I've decided to live this time. All right, so immediately we're gonna try to duck right because we want to dodge a cutscene with like Bentley talking to us, so we want to keep fast. And we're gonna do like basically another cutscene skip, but this is more substantial because we're dodging Carmelita in this one. All right, if you climb up that pipe, there's a Carmelita cutscene up there. So let's see if we could do this proxy, because you can do a proxy here. Check this out. If you let me do the proxy, I'm willing to show it. There we go. That's more like it. So you get up on this roof, you run this way, and there's a huge death barrier if you jump wrong. But we do in fact hit that first try. Really deceiving skip that one. You just jump over a huge death barrier exactly like a couple like pixels apart or something, and then you just make it without watching the Carmelita cutscene. So we're here now. She's following us now in this level, and we just gotta dodge her shots while collecting bottles. So we're gonna do this, and this level also is really hard to backtrack in because this final drop really. You want to make sure you have like 21 bottles before you drop down, but we have like 23, so that means we are more than fine. So all right, go this way. Hey, look, that light mechanic. If you walk into the lights a certain way, like the guards won't shoot you immediately. They will just like, try to run where you are first before shooting you. And then here's the vault right here. And we're just gonna watch this cutscene. The ending of the level is like right over there. So we're just gonna watch this so we don't have to bother like restarting and all that. He's gonna tell us a new ability that we were never used. In fact, yeah, slow motion. It's like we want to use that in a speedrun. It's so awesome. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna switch off of that like as fast as we can. Thanks to never use that again. All right, so now we're gonna focus on ending the level and also do the time trial, which is at the very least they use both different tricks. So like visual difference, it's gonna be really good. So check this out. Yeah, the end of the level's right there. So we just have to smash this key case. Make sure she does that. And hey, look, she's flying away. Yeah, there she goes.
I missed her already, dude.
I hope she comes back one day.
Woman.
Woman.
We do see her like not that long from now, actually.
I'm so excited. Holy shit, I'm back. I woke up again.
All right. So yeah, sadly that level kicks us out after we grab the cable. We're just gonna view map into that. I think it's pretty all right. So we're just we're gonna do another sweet, awesome trick here. But first off, we have to grab this hourglass. It's way up here. And luckily, like in the time trial, we don't actually enable the cutscene, but here's where it would be if we did this normally, right there. So we're just gonna bypass that. Time trial lets us pass that. And we're gonna do another proxy here where we use the invis technique to squeeze in this, you know, this little corner here. So do that. And then just like that, we fly to the ending of the level where we just were. So just like that, it's over. All right, best case scenario. Yeah, that is one of my favorite tricks to do. It's like one of one of those flashy ones.
Oh, dude, there she is again.
Oh yeah,
See
she
you
left.
later.
Well, she didn't say anything this time, but you know.
She comes back, right?
I think.
Please.
Okay, perhaps like 10 minutes. Wait 10 minutes. Hold up.
I don't know if I can wait that long, man. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Start a marathon for content. He
All
needs
right.
it.
we are back in
dude.
this level. So it's time to explain what I'm using those save files for. Like I said before, we're going to be using the location of one save file and inject the progress of another one. So we're going to do this, climb up here, because this is how you trigger the ending, right? And what we want to do is we want to like load where we want to go, which is World 4, and then load what we're currently on to inject the progress into that at the same time as we enter this portal. So let's see if we do it correctly. So do this. So I want to load this and then straight to the top, and that should put us in World 4 with all the progress that we just got in Worlds 1 and 2. So there we go. 84%. That means we did it right. We're in World 4 without any hub movements or anything and exiting levels. So just like that, it's over. So we're done with World 2. Now we're in World 4, and this is the final part of the game. It's basically this and then the end of the game. We're almost done. All right, so we get around like this, and then we, you know, cheat a little bit, hit those fireworks, and then we teleport to the top. And what we want to do here is we want to grab this vault, and it's 578, but we want to view map to the middle. So we're gonna do this. So 5, 8, hit the middle dial with 7, and then view map here. There we go. And now we have an interesting selection of levels here. We got Flaming Temple, which is I think consistently my favorite level in speedrunning in all categories. Just very visually clean. So we're gonna do like a nice little skip here. You're gonna see like a nice little like a slidable like, you know, rail here. But we're actually gonna like not go all the way down. We're gonna do a technique which makes us go to the top, just like that. And from here we want to do like we want to use our charm to like, you know, take damage here to put us back to the top where we just were, so we don't have to like manually climb up here. It takes a while to do that. But hey, other cool thing, we're inside the building, but what if I did something that made us so like that's no longer the case? So check this out. Get up here, and we're now back outside, and we're gonna collect these bottles, you know, wrapping around the building, you know. Because if you don't do it this way, I think what optimal strategy is like dying literally 3 times with checkpoints and getting the bottles on the way back. So like it's definitely better if we do that like little routing situation there without losing that much time. So we're basically wrapping around the building again, how you do it normally, but we're doing it backwards. And then like we gotta actually like go back to the top here, doing that, you know, that little momentum technique. And then this is basically the end of the level. Right around here. So we're just gonna collect all these bottles here, grab these 22, and then we are gonna progress up here where the final 3 bottles should be, right over here. And yeah, like the final part of this area is just like get to the top there where the bird head is. So I'm just gonna do that like right now, I think, and grab this vault. And so this is 932. Wait a minute, not 922. Wait, what is he doing? All right, there we go. But yeah, as you can see, the key's like right there. So like I'm just gonna watch this cutscene and just deal with it.
Incredible! I never would have thought this was possible.
Oh yeah, this is an ability in the game. Yeah, technique to briefly defy gravity. So like when you fall into the void, you don't take damage anymore. So that's useful for like the hardest thing to do in the run. One of the hardest things to do in the run that's coming up in like 2 levels. So we're gonna see how that works. So like I said, the time trials take away your charms, which is your safety, but using that ability to not take damage in the void means we're gonna purposely jump into the void to like do a huge skip to not do like the entirety of one level. So we're gonna see that relatively soon. But for now, we're doing the time trial here. Not too bad. Do it kind of casually. Then you do a nice little momentum swing here. Jump to the top like that. Then we slide this railing to the end and just play it basically casually. Oh, you know what? You get a preview of what I'm talking about with this void technique where you don't take damage. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna climb to the top of this pole. And all you need to do for this, it counts if you just pass through the portal. So technically, you could just do that and then have your flying body pass through the portal, and it counts as completing the level. So that's pretty nice for that. That's a good little preview of what's to come soon. All right, so now we're doing another infamous trick in this game. It's called spinning, and judging from the name of it, I think you might even assume what we're going to be doing here. So you hug this corner, you spin, and if you're lucky, something cool happens like that. All right, but if you do mess it up, you do have to reload the level again. So hopefully I get this within a reasonable amount of time. So check this out.
I'm a believer.
Hey, there we go. So the goal is to get to the side like that. Then when you drive to the right here, and the key is like right down there actually. So what we want to do is we want to fall on top of the key like this. We grab it and then we leave, and then that's one of the shooting levels done. It's over. We're so completed. All right. I think this is the last level we haven't seen yet, and Carmelita's in this one, so you better pay attention, chat. She is here.
Is it true?
All right, so I think, yeah, like if we do this correctly, right, there's like a cutscene right on the right side of where I was just jumping. So if you do it incorrectly, that's a long cutscene to watch. So good thing we didn't see that just yet. But for now, we're gonna be collecting you know, the bottles here. She's chasing us now. That's pretty cool. I think this is the last time we're gonna see her, actually, technically.
Oh.
So you better enjoy her while she lasts, bro. All right, is this good? All right, so we're gonna take advantage of some the void immunity here. We're just gonna jump there and then rise back, you know, through that first spot we jumped from. And yeah, it's like this is essentially casual, you know, like you just collect the bottles that you see. Nothing cool just yet. It's the time trial really that's the most annoying part of this, because so super jumping, right? I've been doing it here and there. I didn't explain it that well, but technically what you do is you do like a sequence of jumps that make it so your ground position never updates. And the way that this game handles like positioning, right, is that like if you fall into like the abyss or water or something like that, it puts you back to where the game thought where you were last standing. So if you connect those two ideas together, you know, where were you last standing, and making the game make sure it doesn't know where I'm standing, we could do a long sequence of jumps that make it so we fly through the portal at the end of the level in the time trial. So you're gonna see that in just a moment, because like the ending is like, you know, right up here. Not too bad. So here's like the vault. Technically you're not supposed to get this vault until the, you know, after you beat, you know, the final boss, but the way that this game handles opening vaults, at least for this one, is it keeps track of like how many vaults you've opened since the Paris vault, like since we were in Paris, and we skipped that. So technically we are one less vault than we're supposed to be. And if we were any above that, it would block this vault out of collection. So because we skipped the first Paris vault, it could collect that vault, in, you know, rather than waiting till the end of the game. So
That's so fascinating. I did not know that.
it's really weird. Yeah, it's like it's something that a lot of people don't know about, but you skip Paris, you actually can collect that vault. Oh, she's dead, by the way. She's somewhere down there. All right.
Personally, I wish we could skip Paris IRL. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. There it is. All right. It's time for a hard sequence of jumps here, chat. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I don't drop a jump input. I'm willing to restart it if I do, though. So set a position right here, and we're going to try to jump a certain way that makes us go through like the final portal. So all right, that's usually the hardest jump to do right there. Those trees, doing that like without like dropping jumps is like kind of hard. So let's see. Mind you, I'm doing a certain like input of jumps here, and I'm trying not to drop them until I get to like a certain part of the level, which is right up here. So let's see if we jump into this void right here like this. We should hit the end of the level like that. There it is.
My God.
That's the time trial done, and that's it. That's like the last level we haven't seen yet. Get out of here. And now it's time for racing, baby. We're back.
Dude,
get me in. Oh, I love this. Is the peak. This is the peak of the game right here, ain't it?
Is it?
Does it get better?
Fuck, what do we have left
This
to do?
is actually really funny to me.
Fuck. What is it? What is there left? I think we got to do this level. We got to go finish Unseen Foe to collect our last vault. So we're almost done with that. And then we got to do the first level of this world to do the last time trial. So after that, we're basically like, I don't know, like what? I'd wager like 7 minutes left from ending. We're not that far off. We're almost done.
Thanks for the advice, Sly, but trust me.
All right. But the cool thing about this track specifically is this is the only you know, racetrack with a skip in it. So I think we could partake in some of that. So we're gonna try to spawn a nitro thing here. So give me that. And we're gonna try to boost over a wall here. So check this out. Hopefully it works. And just like that, you boost over the wall, and then you drive this way, and you grab the key. So check it out. And then that's the key, and then I'm out.
He gets a snow cone on the way out, right?
I think that's undetermined. He definitely could. I don't know if we pick him up from that. I don't know if we pick him up from that, but
We'll have to find out in Fly 2.
He stays there forever. I hope. He's just never coming back, brother.
I think
Get snow cone.
I think we found out today on my stream that he literally just waits there and just waves at the camera. So he definitely just hangs out there for a little bit. All right, but now we are in the last collection phase of this area, and now we're just gonna grab all these bottles. How many coins I got? I would like to get a charm if I can. I almost want to dive out of my way to get some. But yeah, we're gonna collect the final few bottles here and get the last vault of the game. So you know what? I'm gonna kill you. You decided that. What are you doing here? Get out of here, loser. All right, so the vault's up here, but we're gonna do something interesting, right? So usually when you collect the last vault of the game, it dumps you into a cutscene, and then it's unskippable. So what we want to do is we actually want to dump that cutscene in another save file, so we don't actually have to see it on this one. So we're gonna hit 667, almost unholy, and we're gonna dump that cutscene in the first save file that we made. And technically, it would be here, but we don't actually see it. But if we go back, it would count that cutscene as already watched, and we actually could start doing the time trial without getting kicked out of the whole game. So we're gonna start doing that. This is the time trial, and yeah, we're gonna do a nice little proxy here. Not like that. That's not correct. That's not right. You got to do it again. So yeah, we want to duck in this corner using the invisibility, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna make us shrink our hitbox, and it's gonna get us right into position to proxy off this way to this rope. And right now, like I said before, all that counts in time trials is we just have to pass our body through the ending. So the ending is right there. So we're done. That's it. And this is it, chat. The last time trial in the game. This one. The last one. And then we reach end game. 2 levels after this one. We're almost done. 2 levels left. All right. So here's the deal. We're going to grab this last, this last hourglass. We're going to try to basically shoot our way to the end of the level. So let's see if we can do that. All right, we're gonna do a proxy to get to the top of these cliffs here, and we're gonna do another super jump chain right here. We're gonna start our position right here, and hopefully if we do this correctly, it just shoots us right to the ending. Where am I going? I'm scared. All right, let's do that. Oh my god, he does it first try. All right, it's time. I gotta do double loading again. 2 save files. We gotta load Sinking Peril, which is at the end of the game, and then save our progress. There it is, 98% on the last 2 levels of the game, just like that. So we're almost done.
Look at that, chat. 2 loads for the price of 1. You only get that kind of value here at Armed with Their Speed. Let's go.
All right, so I will say this is definitely one of my favorite levels of the game because yeah, it's just platforming, and that's what I like doing in this game. So you're gonna notice that like there's a lot of things being skipped. For example, the rest of the level, if I could do that, let's see. So we're up here now, so that's basic. This is the ending of this level. Only lasts like what, 40 seconds or so. So get me out of here. And now we're at the final boss fight. It's happening. The ending is now. This is it. We got like 3 minutes here.
Oh baby.
All right, so essentially we just have to wait until Carmelita, by the way, she's like off screen somewhere, shoots certain body parts in order. So it's gonna be the head first, it's gonna be the feet, then it's gonna be the tail, and then one of the wings. So that's the order we get to shoot in. It's the same every time, so you can just preemptively start shooting those. So for example, the tail right now, it's gonna be the wing, And hey, this boss fight has like 3 phases, so this is only the first one. We're gonna start hearing some dialogue after this one, but boys, we're almost there. This is almost the ending.
Not crazy, not gonna lie. And it's flown by for an hour and 37 minutes, brother.
It really has.
I don't get it.
And this is the last one of the, of the event. This is it.
I know my father had a son.
This
You
is
hated
it.
the Cooper so much. Why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because I was.
I don't know. I
We
think
still got time to sneak some last-minute donations in.
we still got time, Chef. You have some donations to make. Go ahead. This is the right time to do it. We're almost done.
Remember, if we hit that magic number, Marathon Man said he's going to do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories 100% speed run. Not 15 card, vanilla. 100% speed run. He said he would do that if we hit that donation goal. So make sure you get those donations in. ASAP Rocky.
All right, gamers, we made it to the second phase where he shoots rings at you, and if you don't fly in the middle of the rings, they actually do cause damage. So the point of this is you want to fly in the middle of them. And the cool thing about this is, like, depending on which rings he shoots first, they're kind of like in a predetermined order. They got like certain patterns to them, so if you see like 2 rings, you get to like kind of predict where the next ones are going to be. So for example, this is like left, right, and then left, right again. And like before, the shots where you gotta shoot, are predetermined as well. So like this would be the head, and the last one's gonna be the far right side of his wing. So this is gonna be left, right again. So it's gonna line us up perfectly for this final shot here. So this is it, phase 3. We're almost done, chat. We're almost done. Hopefully we do this final jump correctly, but it's almost over, chat. We're gonna get one final speed trick, and then hopefully I don't die. So let's see. This is it. Nice little sequence of jumps here. Then we gotta do one big jump right up here. Let's see it. He plays video games for a living, chat. He just does it. All right, we're coming up on time in just a moment. There it is. 1:39:30. There it is.
It took some tricky maneuvering.
Let's fucking
but I
go,
managed to
man.
snatch that last piece of the Thievius
way.
Raccoonus from Clockwork's claw. I had taken down each
There we go,
one of
ladies
This
and
category
gentlemen.
is
Raleigh,
incredibly volatile, right?
Mugshot,
Like you would describe this as a pretty volatile category with like a lot of big time losses.
Yep, pretty huge ones. My recent PB, or like, would be a 135, and that's hard. I think the best I could do is 134, but like playing that consistently in this like game for like an hour and like a half is so hard. So yeah, it's pretty volatile. Like there's a lot of places you just lose time in. But there we go.
I know he was scared, but he's got more heart than anyone I
All right,
As
well-
mentioned, PB is 135 like you said. But even still, that run blows second place out of the water by like 3 minutes, brother. Like, come on, hype up a little bit. That's a crazy good run for a marathon.
No, it's pretty good. Like, look, I'm satisfied that I died just enough to be proud of this still, so that's pretty good.
The Clockwork's death ray is
Let's
out of
go.
commission.
All right,
We're back to playing
so
cops and
as
robbers.
tradition, usually when we do these speed runs,
I thought for sure she was gonna slap
this
the
final part of the
handcuffs on me
cutscene,
right then
we
and
could at
there.
least watch this for a little bit.
But instead,
There's
she
a
was
cute
true to
little
her word,
interaction here
giving
between
me
these
that
two characters, so
10-second
they're gonna
head
do
start.
countdowns, so check it out.
10, 9, 8,
Yeah.
7, 6,
6,
5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2, 1.
Oh, dude, let's go, dude.
and she's trapped
Latina
there forever. She's trapped. Congratulations, we did it. That's the end of the speed run. That's it.
He ruined a woman's life. Let's go, get in.
Let's fucking go.
What a speed run.
We won't see her inside too. Man, that sucks.
Never again. Not even one time.
And there you have it. That's the end. There's the credits.
My God. The Sly speedrunning goat, Twitch partner, the newest addition to Fortnite Season 69. I can't believe it.
And that's it. I brought Hundo for the people. This is my first Hundo in a marathon ever, dude. That's it.
First ever.
Hey, it wasn't too bad. Absolutely wasn't too bad. I'll take a sub 140. That's pretty good.
Fun.
Yeah, that was a good
And
time.
it seems like the people did too.
Yeah, I'd say that was I'd say that was a pretty enjoyable experience. Hopefully I did a good job explaining stuff here and there.
personally, I felt very informed across the run. Again, I've watched you do this run, but like I'm watching you play. You're talking to chat. It's different. Like when you don't really understand. I felt like I was getting a much better understanding of how the gameplay works. Honestly, great showcase, man. I have no other notes. I had a good time. I was honestly just here for the vibe.
Yeah, I appreciate the homies watching the run with me because it's hard to explain that when I'm doing 5 things at the same time. So I'm glad it was a good experience, hopefully. All right, well.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, much to my surprise, we have reached the end of the event.
It's over, guys. We made it.
So we are gonna go and do our closing remarks, and we shall conclude.
All right, that's it, fellas. We did it.
I hate to tell you this,